Yes, yes, yes. It was a beautiful day in the market. It was so beautiful. I don't know what to say. So I'm gonna go over this trade that I gave out to the group. I'm trying to figure out where's the joint set. Oh, okay, it's right there. I need the light. The light. All right, so I already knew there was an area right here that was the, rally came off of that candle, so it rallied, but it based here on the lower time frame, then rallied a little bit more, base rally, whatever, blah blah blah. So I didn't think the market was gonna come down that much, so I had it right here, which I should have kept it right there because it's news, and I already knew this news sentiment. And the sentiment was about the jobs. Now, if you didn't pay any attention to, I forgot what the guy's name is that always talking about the dollar, but he said the jobs were going to be taking a little hit. So this was news about jobs. So if the jobs are taking a hit, does that mean that the dollar's going to be strong? No way. No way, Jose. And we already had the demand from yesterday. They just respected that demand all day and then flew up. So I wasn't looking for sales anyway. And this supply from the other day already got tapped and dropped. So I'm looking at it like it passed up the supply, so this supply is invalid. So it wants to come fill probably all these wicks in. That's what I was thinking for the day. We got a gap right here. Obviously it's an imbalance. It's an imbalance anyway, so it's got to fill in all these imbalances, right? This is an imbalance and those are gaps. So I'm like, okay, news coming. I give them the setup just like this. It came like this. Bounce down here, fly to the moon. I told them to get 20 pips because I know how news is with people. Me, come on now. Me, I'm not finna get no 20 pips. I already know what's going on here. So this is what happened. Let me go to 1x so we can explain what happened. And this is the M15. So this is what the market did. I'm sorry. Okay, whatever. So I wanted to go to M15 and do this off of the M15. You guys saw the move already. How you go back? Can you go back? Alright, so let's try it this way. So the market did that. So as soon as it did that, we're in the zone. I got in. I ain't got time to play. I'm in, I'm below the zone. And I got something set up like this. So their TP, what I gave them was this wick high. So that's the wick high, was the TP. At that point, you got prop firms, man. Look, 45 pip move, 15 pips is 1%. That's a 4% gain on that one candle on 45 pips. 4% gain the way we trade in my group. So look what ended up happening for the day. I already knew it was gonna blow past there. Tried to play. TP smashed. Fill in them gaps. Fill them gaps in. As soon as it started filling the gaps in, it started trying to come back down. But I'm gonna let it play out for a second. What you gotta understand, family, if there's news and it's on the high uptrend like this, all these lows become demand anyway. So you had another move right there. All these lows become demand. So you could have took that right there. And been up. Got you a couple of pips. When news like this happen, just it ain't reversing yet. Let's see how much it goes. Look at that. You could have got another entry right there. Don't play with the news. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me have a motivational speak for y'all. When news happens and you see these wicks like this, for the rest of the day it's going up. You should know that by now. For the rest of the day it's going up. As much red folders it was, and this was jobs. You guys, that's why you got to understand what news you trading. You trading jobs. You trading CPI news on the dollar. If you trading the first, was it the FOMC or something? I have to look at it. When you trade those, them things go for the rest of the day. Stop looking for reversals. Yeah, you could have took this sale right here, but at this point, that's going to become a demand. So when they come down there, you could have just got a whole nother sell off that. You could have got all of this filling up that gap, and then when it came down here again, you could have popped it. But see, I had my big trade, so I was out the market. You know what I'm saying? I got my big trade on AU. And you know, AU my baby. I missed the GU because I was too busy looking at AU. This sucker did the same thing. Down here at this bottom. And it liquidity grab. It liquidity grabbed right here, so I would say that little small. I don't like these small ones. But if you want to say it's a smaller one, that's cool. Once I saw that liquidity grab on the M5, once I saw that candle close like that, I would have got in. We already know what we're looking at. As soon as it break that candle, I would have got in and held it the whole day. Been good. Been Gucci. Been cool. And look right here. It come back for some more action. Off that candle becomes a demand. You could have got in right there and longed it. Stop playing with the news. You know it's going up for the rest of the day. Longed it. It came back to these wick highs and had a whole setup right there on the M5. And let's see how many pips there would have been. Man, look, 70 pips. The way I trade on smaller time frames, at 15 pips, I'm at 1%. So if I get a big move like this, that's like, do you do the math? I ain't trying to do math right now. You up 4 or 5, 3, 4, 5 R. I got my fixed lot sizes in AU, GU, UJ, Euro, USD, New Zealand dollar, New Zealand. I know the lot sizes I need to have 15 pip move be 1%. So I'm up 15, then 30, that's 2%, then another 50. Man, come on now. That's how we do with prop firms. But you gotta get the psychology down. You don't get the psychology down, you don't get to trade like this. A lot of people ain't trying to come no M5 and trade. We trying to get these long trades like, oh, I want this whole big thing to be 2%. You want this big thing to be 2%? I used to trade like that too, I ain't gonna lie to you. But with prop firms got me trading a whole different level. That's 230. Man, I would have got 16 R off this. Matter of fact, I'm finna see how much I really would have got. So at 15 pips, I'm at 1%. 233 divided by 15. Now, yeah, I would have got 16 R off this. That'd have been this one trade down here that demand would have passed, cleared the prop firm. And that's how I've noticed all the big traders are trading. They're coming down to the M5. They're finding their setup on the M5, and obviously it has to be in cahoots with the higher time frame. But if you can get this down, and and have it where at 15 pips you at 1%. So if it do make a big giant impulsive move, you could have kept this whole thing in, because if you would have came down to the H4, you got this. So you could have been taking it up there, had a whole nother move. Don't Try not look. I made these mistakes in my first 2 or 3 years of trading. When there's high impact news, specific ones, go with the news. Go to M5, find the setup, supply and demand M5. You can't beat it. You know what I'm saying? Go with the news. You got this big impulsive move, and then you see this bears try to come back in, and then it shoots back up. Next time it comes down to that candle, put the wicks and all that. I mean, obviously it missed it. It missed it by a hair coming down there. But on my broker, it actually, I think I see it on my on Hanko Trader that it actually went down there. Some brokers are different. What is this? What broker is this? Capital.com. I mean, all of them different. UJ did the same thing. We come over to the 15. I was looking at all of them. You have supply right here. And I didn't worry about these. Because, you know, when you start putting, I mean, that's just me. When I start putting trend lines in, I'm thinking, okay, like, this is what I saw. Let's see. Before the news, it was right here. I'm thinking it's going to be a sale. Because we got a little baby supply right here. But you also got this. And when it comes to dollar news, it wants to come to the bigger supply, the bigger order block. So this would have been the point of interest anyway. So I would have waited. You know, I have my confirmations before I get in. So if I would have saw UJ do that, big, it went right there, and then we had that wick up there. Bro, we getting in right with no confirmations. We getting into this supply zone. That's the one I would have wanted. And we would have took it to these lows. Where all the money at? What you mean? It been done. See how it always go down to the low? It goes to the lows because people put their stop losses right here. That's where the money at. This is an inducement area. Euro USD probably did the same stuff. I don't know what all this is. I guess this is something I was doing earlier. Oh, okay. So Euro USD did the same thing. It made this high. Once it broke structure right here, we had this zone right there. You see how I did that? You got to train your eye. You got to train them eyeballs. Let me show you. Let's go down here. That wick right there. And even if this was a higher time frame, we're doing the same thing. That's the wick high right there. Long as it stayed below that wick, or honestly this wick, it's still on the downtrend. Once it broke the wick, that's a break of structure. It's textbooks. It's textbook right here. BOS, break of structure. When it breaks structure, it got to come down to this candle or either that candle. If it doesn't make that, then you got these lower candles where the origin of the move is coming up at. But you got this candle to start off with. And look what happened. It broke it, came back into that candle, created a lot of order blocks, went up, came back down, created the rest of them order blocks, and went to heaven. Went to heaven. It even tried, let's see, is that the M5? See, EU never came back down to that candle. So this would have just been traders that, you know, you do stuff like that. You just got in on the break like that. Now, that's a baby demand right there. And it never returned, so it is what it is. I literally traded news all week and did good at news. Destroyed the news. Canada was good. We had that move. Odd CAD's really gonna do the same thing that AU was gonna do. Same stuff. Just a little bit more deeper into it. Wanted to touch the one at the bottom demand. So I would have been trying to look for this one. But where's the news at? The news was like, no, it was down here. So yeah, I would have wanted to go. Yeah, so before the news, I would have wanted to come down here before I take the trade. So when it came down, it wicked up. and did that drop down there, then came up. Oh yeah, perfect. And then this dropped down into this demand. It flew up. It was all setups all week long, man. If you didn't have a good week, we got to get you. We got to get you acquainted to winning. That's all that is. I ain't really look at my other pairs. I've been just focusing on my USD pairs and some Canada pairs all week. I ain't been really focusing on everything. The first part of the week was kind of choppy. I ain't gonna lie. It was really choppy. But when the news started happening, the market started trending, and it started trending great. So I don't know, man. Update on that GA trade that I took, that I've been talking about. It finally tagged me out. We actually took this move up. Well, it's right there. When it tapped right there, I got in, and we had all of that, and I closed half of the trade and put it at break even, and it came down and tagged it. No big deal. And we trying to take it back up to these highs. I mean, we'll find another entry with GA, no problem. Euro AUD, like I said, when it failed to make a high right here, and then it made the lower low off the supply and came back and tried to wick above that high again, and then it just started a new trend down. It started a new trend down, and it's been trending down. So let's see. I got my stops at break even on this one and closed out too. And surprisingly, Euro GBP shot up. It broke this trend. I didn't pay attention to this because this is a London pair, and I don't trade London no more, so I don't mess with London pairs. So it broke out of this trend and then cleared the whole daggone trend because of the interest rate for GBP. Now GBP's interest rate's at 3, I think it's at 3.0 now. I need to see where Euros is at, because this might be setting up for another sale soon. You see the lower lows, high, low, but it's okay. It might be setting up for a sale soon, somewhere. There it is. Is that a weekly? So it tapped it already. Yeah, this should drop. The interest rates are in favor of the pound. This should drop. But I'm not, I don't trade London session. I'm not up for London like that. So I don't know how that's gonna work out for you London traders. Euro GBP Euro Swiss franc I haven't traded in a long time because I don't trade London. GJ I haven't touched it since this trade that I gave out a long time ago. That was the last time I touched it when I got this move off this demand. It came down there, wicked it, and went up, reversed. I thought that New Zealand was gonna come back, tap, and just start dropping. Hasn't done it yet. I still look at pairs because I want to give these trade setups. This one didn't work out well. It came up to this supply, it broke it, and I ain't even see that one right there. It came down there and it gave you a nice little sale. Could have got 165 pips off of it, and then it reversed. It is what it is. New Zealand actually has been strong. New Zealand ain't been playing games. When I was looking at New Zealand CAD, I was gonna take a trade off New Zealand CAD, and I actually missed this one. Right off this, I missed it, and it tapped it multiple times, and it went. You see how it wicked that low? It wicked that low because people put their stop losses in. It does this on purpose. If let's say somebody got in right here, they got their stops below that wick. They trying to come back up to where this high is at on this move, but it came up here and the news happened. It wicked you out. These liquidity grabs are real on demands. Like, it happens. They do this. It wicked lower than that to take the people out to go back up. it created so much liquidity from wicking people out that it went up. Now, a good trader would have put a buy stop right there, and took this whole move. But I wasn't looking at New Zealand cash when this happened. I had AU. I like to focus on one thing at a time. AU fed me, but I'm gonna start putting all them in and when I get once I get some time. But yeah, that's the market was good this week, and hopefully you guys came out with profits. I did. All right, well, I will see you on the next video. Peace.